Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So, I'm laughing now because I was like, I don't even know where I put the painting. Yesterday, I painted a version of this differently, completely differently. What I'm doing is making angel wings and a Christmas tree together. And so this is where I'm at. And it's not gonna stay like this. I am oops. I always laugh because I talk about this a lot. I can't. Only way I could possibly get to the exact same size, shape, look is if I actually used a stencil or some kind of tracer kind of thingy, because I am terrible about spacing and getting things proportionate. And you know what? That's just the way the ball bounces. And it's just paint. That's why I always say it's just paint. Because, it's just paint. It's just paint. So this one's a little more over here. But we just add a little bit and go this direction. And then we keep going. And like I said, it's not this part's actually not even going to matter at one point, because I'm going to add some more elements to it. So stripy lines, feather lines, I'm not sure which one to call them, but you shall see in just one moment here. Let's see. That is not going to work. The brush I had, I don't know what happened to that, but that is not going to work right this minute. So we will have to deal with that later. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to make a mess. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just basically go through and do feather lines. And it doesn't really matter when, where they are, how they are. They're just going to go. And once I kind of get these outlined, well, outline is probably the wrong term, filled in, then I'm going to go back in and add a little bit of some gold to this. And then what I'm going to do is attempt to put a tree in the middle of them. And so when I get to a stopping point, I'll show you the one I did last time. And, sometimes when you're creating things and you're going through, you have this picture in your head and you know how you want it to turn out, and it doesn't quite get there. This is the way I usually do wings. Mostly, I mean, there's a little bit here and there as to what I do and how I do it, but in general, this is how I do the wings. And so, creating them and then putting the tree on top is probably more of what I was kind of thinking or going for in general. But I talked myself out of it and did wings that were up. When I get this part done, I'll show you. So, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of more, I use the term abstract way too much. I will tell you that now, because they're not truly abstract. Abstract is kind of more abstract. It's not like when I think I use abstract when I'm like knowing that I'm not creating I don't know how to even explain, but I'm trying to learn more terms and do more things, so we will see. But here we are. I'm also using a what's called white pearl. Been using it a little bit more lately with a lot of these winter Christmas scenes, that type of thing, because they have a little bit of a sheen to it. It's more like an iridescent than like a glitter, but it's just a nice little added, like you can see it better once it's dried, like in certain lights. It helps to kind of see what's going on. Like, it just adds shadows. I guess that's a good enough, as good of an explanation as I'm trying to get. Yesterday when I was so tired last night, and I was going through this, and I was explaining that I try not to say a lot, but you can always tell when I'm tired when I say or I won't say stumble over my words, because y'all have watched enough, that is just a given some days. But I try my hardest not to have you do the count when I'm talking. She said it again, or the that's another one. So the more tired I am, the more I stumble over my words, and the more I say or So see, you can tell. I was up again way too early and way too much. Now that I think about it, you probably are like, she's tired a lot, because she says that all the time. Oh, don't mind me. Don't mind me, people. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I haven't been sleeping well. So we are supposed to get the general 1 to 100 inches kind of thing. You know how that goes. So they think that we are on the right side of the less. So we're only supposed to get maybe 1 to 3 inches. But that's always a prediction. So we will see what happens. Now I'm adding in the gold here as I go along. So I'm supposed to, I have my groceries delivered, which is an amazing service because of me going through breast cancer and then having Owen with a lot of his sensory needs. It was very hard for years for him to go to any stores. So I would always have to kind of work it in when just so many moments in time. And so he's finally a little bit more, stores take a long time, but he's getting better about that. But when I was diagnosed with breast cancer and just trying to stay, we still go to church and still do things, but a lot of times I will wear I'll wear a mask because my immune system and all that and I didn't want to get sick and ... So we have our groceries, have been doing it for years. Plus I don't really walk fast because I need a hip replacement, and that's coming in 2026 at some point. So with all that, I'm supposed to have some groceries delivered in the next hour or two. And I'm very thankful for anyone that does the delivery services. Believe me, you all are a number one in my book, because spending what used to take me 10 minutes to go into a store, get 10 things or 3 things or whatever and come out, now would take me 30 minutes to an hour, literally, because I walk that slow. So anyone that does those delivery jobs, you are truly helping people like me, and I appreciate it more than you know. So I'm going to do something wild, which is take a break and let this dry. You all won't know. You'll be right back, I promise. But I'm going to take a break and let this dry a little bit, because I'm going to put a tree on here. And generally, if you've watched enough, you know I don't stop. I just usually go. So I'm going to take a break on this for at least 20 minutes or something, so it will dry some. And then that way I can kind of put on top of it. This is the one that I made yesterday, and I just made it very loosely and then came back, and this is gold on top of that. And you can possibly see on there some of the shimmer in here. That's that pearl that I was talking about, the white pearl. And then this is all gold that's on there that's doing that. So, learning curve, you like it or you don't like it. Honestly, it kind of looks like a big pine cone to me with wings, but so this is more the style of wings that I'm a little more comfortable with, accustomed to, whatever you want to say. And then I'm going to come back in and put, like I said, kind of a green Christmas tree on top of it, and then go from there. So that's where we're at. And like I said, y'all won't even know I'm gone. All right. Okay, so I'm back. Did you miss me? It's not completely dry, but I'm hoping that it's dry-ish enough that it should be right there, kind of in that, dream spot. So, did I mention I'm tired today? I know, I did. Making a mess. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to come down or go up. most of the time I go up. So let's just stick with what we know here. That's what we're going to do. And we're just going to go for it. I've been doing several different styles of trees, but I figure since I've kind of got the spiky doodle thing that's happening with the angel wings, that I would kind of stick with that. So when I'm creating these different colors, trees, and trying to like add textures and different things to show like depth and everything, what I'm basically doing is I have 3 different, I think I used this one, a sage. I'm getting better about putting it. I think I used the tart, the apple tart. I think that's the one I used. So basically by doing that is it's kind of giving like the different layers when I put the branches on here. So I just take this and get each section kind of going, and then go through and add each layer. I've had a lot of people ask me how I do certain painting styles or different things, and a lot of it's with my flowers, which right now I'm kind of doing more. I love Christmas stuff, but it's honestly, it's kind of the same with flowers. Like when I'm doing multiple flowers and styles, I a lot of times do about the same thing. I try to add many layers to it by selecting, see if you can kind of see my brush. I just keep putting paint on top of it, and this in fact was the creamy white one that I used to build the wings. So it's okay. And like, this is why I wanted to dry a little bit. This one here grabbed some of the cream from this, and if I had not let this at least dry a little bit, I was probably gone about 30 minutes. It would have been a lot more of that, where it pulled the cream color in, which honestly isn't a problem, except for it can be a problem. And that helped a lot with that wonderful explanation, right? But you just have to kind of watch where you're picking stuff up and how you're excuse me, that went down wrong. How you're kind of working through it. So hopefully that explains a little bit about it and why I do what I do. Now, I may have invaded, I might have, shoulda, coulda made the tree just a little less expansive, big, something. I know that you know what expansive means. I just, I'm trying to find the right word to do that. So, still no word if my groceries are supposed to be here in the next, between about now and an hour and a half, is the possible time frame. So, I am guessing if, oh, that was way too much. I'm using a gold and a real gold to kind of do, oh, I'm hitting everything. To do some of the highlights that I'm about to go through. But I'm betting whether or not my groceries get here in that time frame because of the weather. I have a feeling a lot of people probably ordered today. And if you've watched before, you know I have to concentrate on my stars. I have to do them like old school. I would not have ordered today if I didn't need cream for my coffee. I can drink black coffee. I can drink coffee any and all ways. But quite frankly, I like coffee with cream. I just like coffee with cream. And since I'm not trying to do any more sugar, which has not helped me, has not helped my arthritis, nor has it helped me lose weight. I put on a whole bunch of weight when I was doing the infusions, my chemo infusions, because I had gotten really, really sick, and I was much more toned body and just, all of that prior to my infusions. But because I was getting so sick, I would eat whenever I could eat and whatever I could eat. And so I have Hashimoto's, which is thyroid stuff, which makes it hard for you to lose weight anyways. Plus add in genetics and the fact that I like food. It's a lot. And I'm not eating sweets, but man, is that hard. It's really hard. Now, here's my dilemma. On my last one, when I showed this to you earlier, I did a halo up here. But I made this tree taller, which again is not a problem. So I can still put my halo kind of over here. But this is again where my I need to be one with the moment and do it very slowly and concentrate. So here we go. No laughing, people. We can't laugh while we're trying to do something like this because it will go really something. It won't work. So here we go. Okay. Breathe. See, I shake. And that's, oh, and there's fuzz on here. Oh, let's get that off. So I woke up this morning and I turned my head and I opened my mouth, to like yawn and stretch, and just saying it makes me yawn. And so when I did that, a hair came and got in my mouth from my head. Now, I have not had hair. Like I used to have waist length long hair. And so, hair just happens. Okay, so breathe. Oh, I did it. Okay, so hair just happens. So I had to, I got this hair in my mouth and it totally gagged me. I had forgotten that's awful. It's truly awful to get like hair in your mouth. It's terrible. So, that was quite the experience this morning. Sad but true. So now here we are, which I'm sure you can see in the background. I use lots of color sometimes. So now I'm trying to decide if I should just let it be, which isn't, or if I should do what I was going to do, which is put Christmas colored balls, like dots randomly through there. It felt like it didn't have as much like color on this side, the light color, the tart color. So I'm gonna do some gold ones, and let's see. I'm gonna do some gold and see where we are at with that. And I feel like I started telling I have about an hour and a half till my, for my time frame for my delivery. I feel like I didn't finish that, but I'm sure you can figure out. With the snow, I wonder if I'm going to get it between that time frame. I always say that I take my thyroid medicine to make sure that I take my thyroid medicine, because thyroid takes your memory. It's just gone. And so I start talking, and then I'm like, did I not? And my memory used to be amazing. Like, Owen's memory is so incredible. He's starting to be able to tell me things that happened when he was little. Like, he used to stand on ledges, windowsills, and like the couch arm. And when he was little, I'd go, no sir, no sir, no sir. And he was getting up on the couch to start standing on things. He's 13, and this was when he was, probably 2 toddler years. And because he's not scared of anything. And so he was literally getting up yesterday. Well, started about a week or so ago, but he was getting up on the edge of things. And he got up there and he said, no sir, no sir, no sir. Just like he had done when he was little. I was like, oh my, here we go. So I'm going for it, and I'm adding this. It's kind of almost more of a burgundy than a red, kind of a wine burgundy. I forget what color it is. I think it was a wine, to add on here. I had a blue, the other gold that I was doing, this, which is the pearl, and then the wine. But I'm trying to decide if I want to leave it simple, or if I want to put the other colors on there. I keep saying I need to do live so that I can have people say, yay, nay. But, It's just paint. That's what I always say. It's just paint. So we can paint again. If that's, yesterday was kind of a learning curve, per se. I like that saying, per se. I don't know why, but I do. So that's that. Now I am going to put the red. So I'm gonna, because I can, at this point, I think I'm gonna do the red because, you know, it's sad, but trying to do the moments together that matter. So I like the red. I don't know that I'm going to do the blue though. I might do one dot of blue to see if I am right. But I don't think I'm going to do the gold that I used underneath there. I think I'm going to leave it without that. I feel like it, I don't feel like I need that. That was a big dot. Now this feels more like what I was going for than what I did yesterday. This was what I was starting to do, and then I changed my mind. Which, if you've watched before, you know that is a constant. I'm holding, this is what I do. I hold paintbrushes in my hand like they're gonna get lost if I don't keep them in my hand. I don't know why I do that. Okay, so we're gonna try a blue dot. We can put a red one over it. I'm gonna make it very small. I'm gonna try to. I think if I do them lightly, little ones, I think I'm gonna like just having, you know, that extra. Not a ton of them. And not big ones. I say not a ton of them as I put a ton on here. But I'm only in one little section, so. So Owen is very happy to be with his grandma yesterday. And again, I would not want to be the ones making this decision. So I am critiquing from my eyes and not from all the decision making that would have to go into this moment. But with that said, it did not feel like a day that they needed to have off yesterday. It felt like they made the decision way too early. They made it on, yesterday was Friday. They made it on Thursday night to just give yesterday a true snow day. And in their defense, it was supposed to be more snow, possibly, but they were going to have cold temperatures in the morning, and I think that's what put them in that mode. But I just don't feel like they needed that to happen. So Owen was extra emotional about it, and so going to see his grandma today was even better. And they've pushed it back again. We were supposed to have snow yesterday, and then we're supposed to have snow today. And it keeps getting later and later. And so now it's supposed to start anywhere between 5 and 7. And some are even saying later than that. And we're supposed to get 1 to how many? We don't know. You know how that goes. So my theory on little dots, there's several that are big. But, I'm not 100% sure. I should have done all the colors. The blue may have pushed it over the edge, but that's okay. We're gonna leave it as there was a fuzzy. There was really a big fuzzy. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, I'm just kind of outlining this again because it feels like it went away. That did not go according to plan, people. This is what happens. Okay, I didn't want that touching that, and it isn't, but I really didn't want to get that close to it. So, as much as I want to straighten it a little more, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I really want to touch it. That was me not being able to. Like I said, I shake ever so slightly. And so trying to not shake while doing certain things is basically impossible. Okay, so I'm going to do a few little, it just looked a little less something. Okay. So now we're going to do O for Owen, and then L. I really want to fix that. I really, really want to fix that. And B. Oh, yeah. It's not. What I really need. Oops, I hit the thing. What I really need, and this is truly taking a big risk here, people. Is I need a tiny. That makes me feel better. What I did was I took a tiny bit of black and I just squished it on there just a little bit. So that helped the process, or at least my brain processing it. So there we go. So to recap, that is the new version. This is the one I did yesterday. This feels more like a pine cone to me, even though I like it per se, because remember, that's a word we like. And there you go. So, memories of Christmas. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.